When Allah changes your plans, it feels personal, doesn't it? You map out your whole life. You sketch the path. You say, I will study this, marry then, move there, earn this much, and be at peace by this age. And then, one by one, Allah tears the pages. The job you were sure about disappears. The person you thought was the one walks away. The opportunity that felt perfect collapses overnight. And you sit there, staring at the ruins of your own handwriting, thinking, why does this always happen to me? Why does Allah keep changing my plans? Am I cursed? Forgotten? Punished? Listen carefully. Because what you call your plans changing may actually be the most merciful protection you've ever received. And the reason you suffer so much when Allah changes your plans is not what you think. There is a hidden reason behind this pattern, a reason veiled behind the unseen. And if you never uncover it, life will always feel like a war between your will and Allah's will. But once you see it, something inside you relaxes. You stop fighting destiny. You start walking with it. Ibn Arabi speaks of this world as a mirror. Everything you experience is a reflection of divine names manifesting themselves. Al-Hakim, the All-Wise. Razak, the Provider. Al-Latif, the Subtle. What you call my plan is usually just your ego clinging to a specific reflection in that mirror. You don't just want a job. You want this job, this salary, this status. You don't just want marriage. You want this person, this timeline, this story, a script already written in your mind years before it's even possible. Your heart ties its safety to that script. And then, when Allah changes the scene, you don't just feel disappointment. You feel like the ground of reality itself betrayed you. You weren't just attached to the plan. You were worshiping it without realizing. That is the hidden danger. Because in the depth of your heart, the plan became your secret God, your little source of certainty, comfort, and identity. And Allah, out of pure mercy, does not allow rivals in that sacred place. So He shatters the idol you built, again and again, until you finally realize the pain is not coming from Allah changing your plans. The pain is coming from you insisting that your plan was equal to Allah's wisdom. Think of a time your plan fell apart. You felt humiliated. You blamed yourself. I should have done more. And you blamed others. They betrayed me. Then, in the quiet of the night, you whispered what you don't say out loud. Why, Allah? Why always me? But look at what actually happened. The job that you swore was your key to provision never arrived. But somehow, you're still eating. You still breathe. You still wake up to a roof over your head. Rizq still finds you from doors you did not write into your script. The person you thought you could never live without left. Days turned to weeks. Your chest felt tight. Your pillow knew your tears. And yet, slowly, Allah sent you moments of laughter, new friendships, a strength you didn't know you had. So what is going on here? Outwardly, your plan collapsed. Inwardly, something else was being built. Ibn Arabi would tell you, what you see is not the whole story. The veil hides more than your eyes can handle. While you cry over one scene ending, Allah is writing an entire chapter you can't yet read. But here is the secret. You suffer the most not when plans change. You suffer the most when your heart refuses to change with them. Let's go deeper. There are 3 layers to every time Allah changes your plans. First layer, what you see. Second layer, what you would have become if your plan had succeeded. Third layer, what Allah is actually giving you instead. You only see the first. You see the rejection email. You see the "it's not you, it's me" message. You see the exam grade. You see the flight canceled. You see your calendar empty when it should have been full. You call it failure. You call it my plans being ruined. But what about the second layer? You do not see what that perfect job would have done to your heart. Maybe it would have fed your arrogance, pulled you into forbidden things, cut your prayers, and drowned you in a lifestyle that made you forget Allah for years. You do not see what that relationship would have done to your soul. Maybe it would have chained you to someone who slowly poisoned your faith, pulled you away from your family, away from your prayers, away from your real self. You do not see the poison, you only see the glitter, so Allah removes it. Not because He hates you, but because the poison is too subtle for you to detect. And then there's the third layer, what Allah is giving you instead. When your plan breaks, Allah is not just taking, He is shifting. He might be giving you a heart trained in patience, so that when a bigger storm comes later, you don't drown. He might be giving you a deeper trust, so your supplication finally becomes real, not just lip service, or a new door that only opens because this one closed. But this is the hidden reason you suffer. You measure everything only by the first layer. You judge your life just by what you can see right now. So every time Allah changes your plans, you see one thing, loss and loss and loss. You don't factor in, what did this save me from? What version of me is Allah trying to grow through this? What provision is being redirected that I can't yet see? You suffer because you read destiny with the eyes of the ego, not the eyes of the heart. There is another, even more hidden reason. Many times, your plans are not actually about Allah at all. You say, I want this so I can serve Allah better. But if someone were to strip away the beautiful words and leave only the raw intention beneath, what would they find? Fear of being seen as a failure, fear of being alone, craving validation, craving status, craving control. So Allah changes the plan to expose the intention. He makes the path twist and bend until you are forced to confront the real question. Did I want this because it was good? Or because it would make me feel good? This is a test, not just of your patience, but of your honesty with yourself. When the plan breaks, you see your hidden attachments. You see how much you worship your own idea of a perfect life. You see how much you cling to the illusion of control, and that is painful, because it feels like a part of you is dying. But sometimes that part must die, so that a truer, softer, more surrendered part of you can be born. So hear this warning. If you insist on treating your plans as sacred, you will always suffer when Allah changes them. Your heart will feel like a battlefield. Every twist of destiny will feel like war. But if you can shift even slowly, even shakily, from my plan is everything to my Lord is everything, then something begins to change. Ibn Arabi speaks about the perfect servant as the one who mirrors whatever name of Allah is being manifested in the moment. When Allah manifests Al-Muti, the giver, you show gratitude. When Allah manifests Al-Mani, the withholder, you show trust. When Allah manifests Al-Jabbar, the one who breaks, you allow what needs to break, and you don't glue it back with ego. You become like water in the hand of the divine, shaped, poured, moved, but always held. Then, when Allah changes your plans, the question in your heart is no longer, why are you doing this to me? But, what are you teaching me through this? What are you saving me from? How are you inviting me closer? The external events may be the same. Plans will still change. People will still leave. Doors will still close. But inside, the battlefield becomes a sanctuary. So what is the hidden reason you always suffer when Allah changes your plans? Not because Allah's plan is harsh. Not because your life is cursed. Not because you are forgotten. You suffer because deep inside, you believe this lie. My peace comes from my plan working. As long as you believe that, every change will feel like death. You will feel attacked by divine decree. You will see destiny as an enemy to outsmart, not a wisdom to surrender into. But when you begin to replace that lie with a deeper truth, my peace comes from the one who writes the plan, not from the plan itself, then the same events that once broke you begin to build you. The job you didn't get becomes a sign. My provision is written elsewhere. Allah, guide me to it. The person who leaves becomes a sign. My heart is being prepared for someone, or something aligned with my hereafter, not just my worldly life. The delay becomes a sign. I'm being slowed down because the road ahead is not ready, or I am not ready for the road. You stop staring at what was taken and start asking about what is being given behind the veil. So the next time Allah changes your plans, and He will do not just say, "Why?" Say, "Ya Allah, if this is not for me, remove it from my heart, not just from my life. Ya Allah, show me what this saved me from, even if only in the hereafter. Ya Allah, do not let me worship my plans. Let me worship you, because in the end, your plans are just sketches on water. His decree is the ocean itself. You are not created to control the waves. You were created to learn how to ride them back to Him.